I spent thousands of dollars on YouTube courses, books, subscriptions, and honestly, that was the biggest mistake for my YouTube channel. I was buying some vidIQ subscriptions so I could find like the best keywords. I was paying for video editors and audio editors because other mentors or other YouTubers were saying that it saved time and money actually. But the biggest problem I had was just I was not posting at all or enough. Why was I jumping the gun on doing all these different payments and all these different editors and all these different research and keywords when I just need to get into the habit of posting first? So that's what I'm going to talk today. My name is Tony Chan. I am a single dad of two. I am documenting my journey on building wealth, health, and relationship in real time while you watch. So I'm making this video because I want to start documenting my life as a single dad, because I just don't think that a lot of people are doing it and they're not sharing their experiences, and I want to help others in the same position as me. So I had to learn how to create content. I had to learn how to post stuff on YouTube. And keep in mind, I am a huge introvert. So I think in the beginning, I was just constantly procrastinating about putting myself out there, about just posting stuff in general. And so I bought a $1,000 course. I bought books on content and YouTube. I think it's called the YouTube Secrets. I bought subscriptions on editing, on Opus Clip Pro, and all these other video editing tools. And about audio stuff as well. And then some of the courses taught me to hire editors because it just saves a lot of time. So I started hiring freelancers and people on Upwork. I was like, what am I doing? Why am I doing all these things, right? And I spent thousands of dollars just to post a few videos every now and then. Now, the problem becomes is that I just was not consistent in posting. I was getting to all these different avenues, all these different skill developments and things that I had to learn when I should have just been posting, when I should have just been putting myself out there, when I should have just record and hit post. That's all I should have been doing. But I used up thousands of dollars. And right now, I'm paying the price of it, but I've learned from my mistake, and I'm hoping I could share that with you and inspire you just to hit record and publish. That's all you gotta do. Now, I wanna keep this as simple as possible because there are videos out there telling us to buy cameras, telling us to buy expensive things. We don't need anything. I'm using three things right now. The phone stand, which is my phone's on right now. Of course, my phone. And then a wireless mic. Like that's all we need to start recording and have good quality type of video. I do have a light thing. I don't even know what it's called, but I bought it because of course the YouTube told me to buy it. I already have it, but I might as well use it. But I would be posting or recording in a yellow light if I had to, or in my bedroom light if I had to, right? It's just, we overthink these things. And someone like me, I aim for perfection where we just keep delaying the process. All we have to do is just hit the record button on our phone, right? Another pro tip is if you do have an Apple Watch, you could use the phone and you can see the way the camera is positioned on the Apple Watch. And I just hit record on here when I'm in position correctly and I just start recording. Now, what do I talk about? How do I go about creating videos? I'm gonna talk about that next, but first, hit like and subscribe if you are getting value so far. It really helps the channel grow, so I really appreciate it. So when I try to come up with topics or things to talk about, like this YouTube channel is more about my single dad life, my single dad experience, sharing my journey, sharing what has worked in the past and what hasn't worked. And so what I simply did is I go into AI and I just ask it, what are all the top questions that single dads are researching, are looking for answers, are doing Google search on, and the highest keywords that are popping up. And then I just simply use that as my content bank, and I just answer those questions, right? And I share my life experience, and I share what I've done and what I didn't do, or what I wish I did do. So that's how I basically get content. And there's plenty of things to talk about. It's just a matter of sharing your story in it and being authentic and just talking, right? I'm not trying to do any fancy editing anymore. I took all those out. I don't want to do any fancy editing. I don't have any editors. And I do use Canva to do the thumbnails. Canva is free. And if you look at my thumbnails, it's super simple. I just take a picture, once again, from the phone, and then I just put it on Canva and just put like a text block, and that's it, right? I'm trying not to be fancy. I just want to get used to posting on a consistent basis. And once I get through that phase, and then I can start hiring editors or doing all these other fancy stuff. But the whole goal is to first put myself out there. And let me tell you, like, I'm a very private person and I am very, like I say, introverted. So I prefer not to put anything out on social media, but I know the importance of branding. I know the importance of creating content. Like, for example, and here's a big one, is when I started my B2B email marketing services a few years ago, my first client, I was able to close him because of a content that he saw me do. So, because the content was about me doing email marketing, and he saw that, and he's like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna sign up with you. And that's how I got my first client, was through YouTube, was through content when I was creating it for my different channel. I was like, okay, that is the power of content. That is the power of putting myself out there. And going in 2026, I plan to do more B2B email marketing. I plan to go into consulting again. And so I have to create content again. And then on top of that, I'm using this channel as a way to share my experience as a single dad on what I'm doing to build my health, my wealth, and relationship. And there's so many things I could talk about. And I just want to help inspire others that are going through difficult times like I am, because it's very difficult to be a single dad. So there's so many good reasons for me to start posting content versus me not doing it. Now, remember, I did spend just way too many money and way too many time procrastinating before I hit the record and publish. So that's why I'm encouraging other people. Just, you have a phone stand, you have a phone, you get some mics, because the audio quality has to be clear. Like, people definitely has to understand what you're saying on the videos. And then ideally you want it to be kind of clear. It doesn't have to be perfect, right? 1080p, it doesn't have to be 4K. As long as they can see you clearly and you can express yourself and they can see the facial expressions, and then that's it, right? And you want a stable camera setting. And then all I do when I record, I then take thumbnail pictures. So I pose and do thumbnail pictures, and then I would airdrop that into the MacBook, and then I would just do like little editing, because it's a talking head video. I'm not really doing much. So I'm just editing like the beginning part to tighten it up, and then I'm editing the last part of the video to tighten it up, and then I just upload it into YouTube, and then I upload the thumbnail. Then I put the description. Once again, you can use AI to give you a quick description, and then of course you want to fine tune it based on what the video is about, and then hit publish. So that's what I'm doing right now. I want to put more videos out there. I want to put more content out there. I'm not going to let any fancy equipment or any other YouTube courses or books like delay me from doing it, because, you know, all these productivity things, I forgot what they call it, but it's like, I feel like I'm being productive by learning these things, but I'm not putting it to use because I still got to put content out there. So this, to me, I want this to be the video for you to just like start putting content out there, especially if you're a single dad like me, or just in general, like you have life experiences that can help others, and you're okay with opening it up, and you're okay with just talking about real life. Or if you're trying to build a business, we all know that how important branding is. And now that AI is becoming more powerful and becoming more, it's everywhere now, right? Like, you can see spams everywhere now. And so the only way to differentiate from, I guess, AI is to show the authentic stuff, to show the real stuff on camera. And so I do think that this is going to help me gain more clients when I get back into the business, which I plan to do very soon. And it has helped me in the past. Like, it would make sense to help me again. Now, I'm trying to stay very consistent with it, because once again, it's very easy to fall off. Like, it's very, very easy to fall off this content creation train, because you're probably not seeing any results, because it's taking a long time to get subscribers or watch time. I think my goal is to focus on the inputs. And the only inputs, once again, is to record video and publish, record video and publish. And then I know that for sure, if I just put videos out there again and again and again, I can look at the analytics, and then I can see what I can improve on. But if I don't put nothing out there, I won't be able to know what works and what doesn't work with my audience. And so I just got to keep putting stuff out there. And that's what I'm doing. I'm planning a whole bunch of videos and scheduling it throughout the whole year. Like, so I'm going to really push myself to try to create at least a whole year worth of content, where it's 2 videos per week, and just get it done out the way, right? I want to set it and forget it, sort of like how I did my investments. Just set it and forget it. And then every now and then look at the content, look at the analytics of the content, and then make adjustments with new videos going forward. So I hope that helped. All you need is a phone stand, your phone, and a good mic, and just start recording and hit publish. I think if you got something good to share and it will help people, it'd be worth putting yourself out there. And if you want to start a business, once again, branding is also important. So my name is Tony Chan. Appreciate you watching. And yeah, good luck out there. Start publishing, start posting, recording, do all that. You don't need any more fancy videos after this. Peace.